what are your red flags? Like in when you're dating people, like when you're seeing someone, do you have any like, and let's define this, because there are ones which are like deal or things that are absolute no-goes. So like you get something like that and you're like, absolutely, I cannot be with someone. But then there are some which are like, it's just a red flag because, I don't really like it that much.
I don't want to, like, I mentioned I had a date the other day for the first time in quite a few weeks. She kind of expects me to buy all the drinks. I'm not like...
How do you feel about that?
I'm not into that. No? I've got fucking loads of money. If I had loads of money, then... Yeah, if I was like earning like fucking 300k, then I'd be like, yeah, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
I'd probably be up for that. But
even on like coffee dates and stuff like that.
Coffee dates is fine. But like when it's like, I went out with her.
Yeah.
I bought the meal and I kind of did that on my own accord, actually.
All right. Nice guy, pretty gentlemanly behaviour.
She went to the toilet and I got the bill and I was like, okay, I'll pay for it. She's like introduced me to some lovely food.
So she found the place that you were going out to? Yeah,
she's Peruvian.
All right, okay.
And then, so we had our like, had a date. Yeah, I paid for the meal and then we went out to the bar afterwards. She took us to like some bar event was on, an event was only on at some like sort of nightclubby bar. Yeah. And got there and it was like, this 30 quid or 15 quid each to get in. She's like, can you go and get the money from the cash point? And I was like, yeah, I'll go and do that. And I was expecting her to maybe buy drinks afterwards. And then...
Which would be a reasonable thing to ask.
I was like, are we getting a drink? And she's like, yeah, I'd like a cider, please, whatever. And so that happened. And then it kept on happening. I was like buying her drinks all night. And I was like, it's your round now, innit? And she's like, no. The guy pays. The guy always pays. And it's like, what?
Do you think that's an expectation of hers? That she's just, she has this thing in her head where it's like, I get taken out, somebody else is going to pay for me? Or do you think it's like more sort of taking the piss to have that kind of, thinking?
I don't know. It's I've not been on many dates where it's happened, really. Most people, like I might have bought more of the beers or more of the drinks, but... Yeah, mostly people are just like, it's my round, I'll get a drink or whatever. Or yeah, we'll go splits on if we're going food, we'll go splits or whatever.
But do you think that might then be a cultural thing? Where like
I think
maybe
she basically said, she did say like, you've never dated a Latina before. But I have dated Latinas before and they've been like, they haven't been
like poor.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I had it a few years ago. I dated a girl, we actually... like went quite far actually. We had like a bit of like a mini relationship. And yeah, she did the same thing. She was rich. She was so rich. She lived in Notting Hill in a one bedroom flat by herself, had some like a beautiful white cat and stuff, and bought handbags every couple of months from Harrods. And then like, yeah, I mean, she would like, oh yeah, you get this because the guy pays. And that's like, what?
But did you not see that as a down payment? Did you not say like to yourself, okay, fine, well, if I'm buying the drinks now, then that's cool, but
your dad's going to pay for the wedding?
Yeah, exactly. Your dad's paying for the wedding, and also I'm going to come live with you in that flat. Was that ever a consideration of yours?
She did actually invite me to live in the flat at COVID, but I would have bottled it.
You bottled it?
Well, it's too early. We were like seeing each other for like 2 months, and I didn't really want to live with her. But
well, see, so you did.
I wasn't ready for that, but I don't know.
You went through it, didn't you? Because you went through the buying her things, and then she was actually like, "Oh, do you want to come live with me?" And if she would have said like bills and stuff like that, maybe reasonable.
Yeah, maybe.
So she doesn't actually, you know what I mean? Like putting it in context.
But I wouldn't have realised that until then. Do you know what I mean? Like until that, and she might have said, "I want you to go split." I don't know, but
yeah,
I like a bit of generosity on both sides, a bit of equality sort of thing. I mean, I don't mind buying more drinks and stuff like that, but when it's like, the other week it was like I spent a fucking ton on that date.
But this is the problem as well, because the cost of not only just drinking but general life, like sort of not exactly the luxuries, but the sundries of life, like going out and having a couple of drinks. You would hope that most people would have the opportunity to do that if they want to go and blow off steam, or if not, go do a pottery class, go join a gym, run club, do all of these things where you could date people and do these sorts of things. But when it starts to get so expensive, I agree. It's like, if somebody wants you to go out and buy things for them, fine, but have that conversation, have that like sort of I think the man should pay for everything. I think this, I mean, obviously the proving girl said that to you, but also like state your case a little bit clearer. Don't just like leave someone in the dark about these things and then you leave them to
I mean, like,
come to it.
Peruvian actually, like, yeah, she might not have the money to pay for the drinks.
And that's totally fine. But at least say that, if she would have said that to you, I bet you would have felt a little bit better about it because you would have been like, oh, okay, that's fine. So then you can decide how far you want to go in the date and how many drinks you want to buy her. I have to agree. That's not necessarily on my like red flag. It is, sorry, that is on my red flags.
Why not me?
Oh, you're all right. You'll be fine. It's okay. Babes, don't worry about it. I love you anyway. Not on the...
Not on the new tablecloth. No, but another red flag is, I would say,
I would agree with
a bit of bigotry. A bit of bigotry. Because I've been on dates and like, I went on a date with a girl from Turkey a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And I suppose it's maybe like she is trained to not like Kurdish people. I don't know, like she was a bit like because they're like basically like Turkey,
so it's not quite
Kurdistan is like it's around that part of the world and
Middle
part
East.
of it is in Turkey.
Yeah.
And I remember like having a date. We were getting on so well.
Yep.
And then she did another one of my red flags, which I'll speak about in a moment. But then we were getting on so well, and then she was a bit like. I started slagging off the Kurds, and I was a bit like, this is a bit fucking weird.
but you called it bigotry, like prejudice, like
I would say
go as
like
far
a bit
to call it racism, but you'd say like bigotry, prejudice.
Yeah, but that kind of like level of stuff where you just don't like a certain.
What was she saying? Was she like, oh, all Kurds are like, whatever like derogatory term? They're all dogs.
I can't remember. I kind of a bit like I didn't really. I was a bit just like, what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? Like I was a bit, I didn't listen to her point that well because I would never be able to agree with it.
Well, it automatically switched you off. You were like, at that point.
I was a bit like, can't believe she's like, I was thinking, why is she like this?
But did she bring it up?
She's like, in their culture, I suppose, they don't like the...
But did she see any Kurdish people? Or was it sort of just brought, like, she had the topic, loaded in the chamber and she was ready to go. And then she goes, you know who I don't like? You know what I mean? She's there, you're 2 glasses of wine and she goes, you know who I fucking don't like?
I brought, maybe it just came up naturally about Kurdistan. I don't know. I'm into geopolitics. So.
All right, okay. And then you were like,
what do you think about the Kurds? I can't remember.
For our next topic of conversation, Israel,
I remember
Palestine.
like thinking like, but I really liked her as well. Shit.
Was she hot?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Were you willing? Was she rich?
I don't know. Maybe.
Were you willing to forgive a multitude of sins?
I don't mind about money, guys. But what else? Oh yeah, and smoking. She smokes.
Smoking.
Well, and all right. And she kept on chain smoking. And I was like,
why? Because you don't smoke. And then I
think if I smoked, then I probably would. But I just don't. I'm not into, But
is that the problem?
I think I can't stand the smell and stuff like that.
Is that when you go to kiss someone as well? And they've been like heavily smoking and it's like licking an ashtray a bit?
I've never like, even when I was like a kid or whatever, I would never really.
But then also hygiene. If somebody like doesn't smell particularly nice, or you know what I mean? Like most people, you'd go on a date, you'd wear cologne, perfume, or are you still worried about the shirt? I'm just
such a moron.
It's fine. It's fine, babes. You're not a moron. You're not a moron at all. Exactly. Well, look, your tie looks fantastic.
There's a silver lining everywhere.
There is a silver. And now you smell like red wine, which is very attractive to me. Yeah. So I'm really loving that. But you know what I mean? Like some people, they wear perfume, they wear this, they wear that. But if they just like smell, I don't know, musty or some other way, like have you ever had an experience where somebody doesn't smell particularly nicely and you've kind of had to like, kind of be like, oh, that's really not for me?
Yeah, that's, I've had that. Yeah.
Have you
like,
actually?
Where it's like, it's maybe they don't smell bad, but maybe you don't like their smell. And I think it's a smoking smell. It's always a smoker.
So it wasn't like something when you thought like maybe this could be pheromones or like, just that base level like human intuition of like, I don't know if this person's going to be the right person for me, but smell, okay. I'm trying to think of what my red flags are now. I really put myself on the spot. Small tits. Can't stand them. Sorry, any small-titted lads and lasses. That's just not my thing.
I hate small-titted lads.
Small-titted lads. I'm so sorry. You're not for me. Intelligence. I really like.
You hate intelligent people.
No. Okay, wait. Let me clarify on this. I don't hate intelligent people. I don't like people who cannot change their opinions on things. I find it a real red flag when you have people who are stuck in one particular way of thinking, regardless of what is put in front of them. Just from the point of like, it reminds me of people who are like ideologues, and they have this one idea, and you cannot shift them off a position for love nor money. They aren't willing to listen to any other kind of opinions, or even if they do, I would prefer it that rather someone goes, no, piss off, you can't change my mind on it. I'm not going to enjoy it.
Well, I felt like that was with that date that I was talking about earlier. Turkish girl. I think,
you couldn't change her mind for anything.
When I was chatting to her, I was a bit like, I feel like you're kind of trained. And it's like, they'll probably learn it at school. Like
or family. You know what I mean? Like it's instilled within you, because if you grew up around other people, then you probably wouldn't feel this kind of way if you grew up around that kind of culture. It's narrow-minded people. When I said unintelligent, I did mean thick people. I really it's not for me. I couldn't do it. I know that I am, and in my relationships as well, I've not exactly been the smartest person or the most ordered or otherwise, but I just feel that there has to be a certain level of, getting there or getting something. The trope of like the beautiful stupid person, and like I could never do that. I just think there isn't enough in that person for me to go, this is something that I could have within a relationship. And it's unfortunate. It's just something that I need to have in a relationship, regardless of, sort of, you can say, well, it's a bit rude to say thick. Yeah, fair enough. But if you're thick, you probably don't know that you're thick. So there we go. So probably going to not take too much offense. Thick with two C's, my guy. Okay. Any other? I'm trying to think of what other red flags I've had. Cheating. That's a big red flag. If like somebody has prolifically cheated throughout their,
they're never going to tell you that, are they? Then on a date,
you're never going to.
By the way, I'm a serial cheat.
Every single relationship.
I don't think anybody wants to get with a cheater.
No. I think also people who, what else do we have? Style. Somebody who like.
Well, like this, someone who has good style. Like
not somebody who's unstylish, but maybe going back to the smell thing. Like if somebody ever came out in like consistently like messy or otherwise, like I think I'd be a bit like, before when I was much, much younger, I was like, I don't really care what people wear. I don't give a fuck. But now if somebody isn't dressed up nicely, I'd be a little bit like, nah. You know what I mean? On a first date, it's like if you put effort in and like, okay, if someone's been like, I've just been to the gym, and these are like my clothes after work or something like that. I can kind of forgive that to a bit. But yes, if someone's like, it's not a style choice. It's not oh, these leggings have like tons and tons of holes in them because that's how I, style myself, and that's absolutely fine. But yeah, how about green flags? Do you have any green flags of things you were like, oh yeah, that's definitely like something?
I suppose when they've got like really similar interests, like I've dated girls because I like cycling. I like, tennis and things like making music or whatever, and I've met girls that where they're into that kind of stuff as well, and I'm like, oh yeah, we just need to run with this, but then it's broken down because there's been something missing, something that's a bit more kind of I don't know, like you're not suited for each other, the vibe's not completely right, but we've gone down this route of dating, which is good. So green flags, when there's too many green flags, it's
really
maybe too much of a problem, because you kind of need. Yeah, I think everyone's going to have red flags, aren't they? Everyone's going to be like, no one's going to be completely suited to you. It's all about the vibe. Yeah. But like, if it's just all green flags, it's probably too good to be true.
That's interesting.
And I've had many dates or many like flings, relationships, whatever, where I've persevered with something because I felt, wow, we got like all this in common. But then there's been that kind of connection missing.
Okay, that's interesting.
Like literally
just that spark? Like what you might describe as a spark?
Maybe we've just not really liked each other enough. And I had it a few weeks ago or a few months ago, whatever, with this a girl I was dating. We had like all these things in common, like tennis, cycling, and we got on really well. But we saw each other for a few weeks or whatever, and it just, the vibe wasn't there. And then she was very like on it and called it, which is really good.